Matt here. Hope you're well. I'll proper look through that nutrition that you sent me back, I think, whilst I was away on holiday. So obviously now back into work, sort of back here. So yeah, just want to start by saying first, mate, yeah, it's just a really solid base. So you clearly put quite a bit of thought into that, which is great. There's protein in most meals, fruit and veg in there. There's some good structure, and that already puts you well ahead most of the guys do the job you do. From my perspective, the biggest thing I care about first isn't perfection; it's consistency. And what you've built here is something you can realistically repeat on the road, whilst you're out and about, which is massive. Few positives straight away. I say you've got eggs, chicken, salmon, steak, yogurt, cheese, and you've got some shakes in there. So obviously tells me that protein is the priority. So well done on that. And that's exactly what we want for someone who's shearing hard, breaking down muscle every day, sweating buckets, and needing to recover like you are, mate. So that all stays. Every meal. Having a clear protein source is a non-negotiable really, mate, for you, and you're doing that really well, so well done. You've also got some fruit and veg popping up everywhere, so spinach, broccoli, obviously your kumara, green beans, fruit, smoothies, and that's your micronutrients, your digestion, your inflammation control, immune support there, all in all that, mate, so well done. When you're away, you're tired, potentially a little bit under-recovered, that stuff's what's keeping you working, mate, so again, big tick there. Where I'd like you to tighten things up isn't about adding loads of complexity. It's about matching your fuel to the work that you protect, so you're protecting your energy. The job you're doing, or you do basically, is long duration, high output, manual work. All right, and that means carbohydrates are definitely not the enemy. So they're your work fuel. So the rice, the kumara, the fruit, the wraps, the oats, the smoothies, they're all good. All right, and the one thing I'd say, don't be scared of them. Okay, on big days, you probably need more, not less, right? So if your energy dips or your grip, your hand, you've got to be careful. Your concentration goes. If you're feeling a little bit flat by mid-afternoon, then maybe your electrolytes, but probably your carbohydrates too. All right. So think protein first, then some colour on the plate, and then obviously enough carbs to make sure you're doing your job well. All right. Another big one, obviously, as you know, for shearers is the hydration and the minerals. So, you can eat well and still feel terrible if the fluids aren't right. So if you drink too much water alone, you're going to be losing a huge amount of sodium in your sweat. All right. So I'd strongly suggest you make electrolytes part of your daily non-negotiables, mate. All right. Not just water. Okay. That alone is going to help your energy, your cramp, potentially your headaches and recovery. All right. Now, because you obviously could end up away from home a fair bit if you're shearing away. We need to think about like little ideas, some systems that we've got in place. So not just necessarily meals. So what's the perfect dinner? Not necessarily that, but what are my anchors? What are the key things that I kind of look for? All right. So we always have that protein option. Yeah. We always try and have a fruit or veg option. And we always have a simple carbohydrate option that you can access. All right. Now, it goes without saying, precision hydration, electrolytes are also what you should be having in there too. All right. So there are your kind of four anchors really: your protein, your fruit or your veg, your simple carbohydrate option, as we've already mentioned, and your electrolytes. They're your four things, right? So shakes, yogurts, wraps, tinned fish, pre-boiled eggs, fruit, your microwavable rice, nuts. None of that's fancy, but it works when you're in a shed, or you're on the road, or you're in accommodation. And the one thing that I really like about what you've done is in your food diary is simplicity. And boring, call it whatever you want, beats perfect when done once. All right, so boring done consistently beats perfect when done once, mate. All right. And I'll give you one main improvement to focus on. It'd be this, mate. Make sure your breakfast and your daytime food properly set you up for the first run. All right, rather than trying to catch up in the evening. All right, that means a decent source of protein, a proper carbohydrate source, some fruit or some veggies, and get those fluids on early, mate. All right. If you win the morning, workday evening meals become recovery meals, not rescue missions. All right. And the last thing that's important, it's in diet. This is performance support, really. Your food needs to help you, okay? Hold the output later in the day. Okay, recover for tomorrow. Keep your body weight and strength as stable as you can, mate. And reduce the breakdown and the niggles, all right? You're already, in my opinion, looking at the food diet, I think you're 70% of the way there, mate. But my job is to make this a little bit easier for you, more repeatable. Make this, and more supportive of the work you're doing. Overall, mate, super solid foundation. Yeah, we're not ripping this up. We're just refining it a little bit, mate, around your fuel, your hydration systems, for wherever you are, all right? Building something that you can repeat wherever you are, all right? All right, good man. So any other questions, obviously, let me know, Chief. But, I look forward to hearing from you soon.